Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, today I've decided we're going to do the chronograph test. It's still lousy weather outside, still windy. Tomorrow's supposed to be about 10 degrees outside, so it might be a little bit better to do it in here in the shop for the Chrony testing. At least we should get pretty close to that 300 FPS that these things are rated for and tend to run at 300 and over. I actually watched a video today, the guy got 366. It was like, wow. So anyways, we are testing 3 different power sources, which is something that's not been done before on YouTube on this gun. And although there's a number of videos, I kept going through all the videos, and realistically, there really isn't a whole lot of videos in general on this gun. And only one other person had tested this 12-gram adapter, which is supposed to be also compatible to this gun according to the Umarex write-up. But we are going to have a 90-gram CO2 bottle, which will be our last one, because we're not going for shot count. We already know this thing gets anywhere between 30 to 40 shots on average, okay? Depending on temperature, of course. This one averaged out at 11 shots on the one channel with 16 degrees indoors. The other power plant we're going to test, or power source, is this single 12-gram system. This is one that I got for my MCX rifle as well as this one. And so we're going to test that and see what we get for chronograph readings. I'm not expecting a lot of shots out of it, but we'll take a few anyways. I figure about 3 shots each out of each power source, and I'll probably just blow off the rest of that 90 gram at my box just for fun, or I don't know. But we will come back definitely for another video, hopefully tomorrow if everything works out, for the accuracy testing, and then of course we're going to have a full review on this gun as well. Now, I did some more reading up on the gun too, just so you know. The rear sight is windage and elevation control. I hadn't noticed the screw here on the side. That was my bad. But it does have windage and elevation. When we do the accuracy testing, we're also only going to be using the included sights, because it's important we know how good the stock sights are. But this thing is going to end up with a scope eventually. But I also found out too that you need to cock the gun first before igniting your CO2. Make sure the gun is also on safe at the same time, and make sure there's no arrows loaded in. So we're going to ignite this bottle. That's it. We'll load an arrow in. Now, also with the arrows too, I wasn't, I hadn't read the manual. This is also my first time with this gun too, which is kind of a good thing. It's the whole newbie experience. The arrows actually click into place. Okay, you got to push a little bit extra. Now you do have to put some RWS silicone chamber lube on the back of a arrow once every 25 shots, they say in the manual, which is another thing to keep in mind. But you got to make sure you firmly press that arrow in place too. So let's flip around to the chronograph so that we can do our shooting here and see what kind of numbers we get. And we're good there. Make sure our indoor lights are on. And of course the fun part about this is I actually have to sit on the bench, because we do have to be a certain distance away when we do this. Wow, that sucker is loud! What a crack! 291. Not bad. Now I don't want to chance Robin Hooding anything. Oh, did that ever go in good? This box is very super hard packed with cardboard, so that's a good thing. Now I'm going to leave that arrow over there because we're going to go one arrow at a time, of course. That is really respectable. Wow. 291 out of that one. Okay, next shot. 277. Decent. Wow, I really did compress that with a lot of cardboard. That's hard to pull those out. They're really sinking in. Okay. $254. That is actually really super respectable. Okay. Holy cow. You know what? For this, because it's the 12 gram, I want to see how many more shots we're going to get. Okay. Now the reason they say to cock it before you ignite your bottles, because if you don't, gas will piss out the barrel tube. $234. Very nice. That's 4. Put that over there. $214. I'm really enjoying this thing so far. This is really fun. Okay, this is going to be shot number 6. And that's it. Yep, that's it. So, we get a grand total of like 6 shots. That's not bad. The 6th one kind of sucks, but we can still get 6. Okay, so now gotta take this one out. Okay, so that's out of the picture. We're done with this adapter. Cool. Alright. Now, let's see if I can zoom this out a little bit. Now with this adapter, I've already got some bottles loaded in to this thing already. So we need to pierce this first at this end. Now, the last time I used this adapter, I didn't have the world's best experience screwing it in. But this is a new bottle, so we are actually going to put a couple drops on this one as well. You should only have to do this every couple of bottles, not every single bottle. Cock the gun first, on safe. Beautiful. First time it never actually leaked on me. That's awesome. Okay. Turn this. Alright, over to the Chrony. Zoom in for you guys. By the way, guys, I'm sniffling a little bit because I'm getting over a cold. Don't mind me. Alright. First official shot with 12 grammer. Holy suckering, 267. That arrow went in pretty deep. Wow. Oh, impressive. Okay, let's grab a different arrow. Well, you know, considering it's nasty outside and it's even cool in here, even for the CO2, I'm going to say that this thing will have no problem hitting that 300, especially if you're like 20, 25, 30 degrees outside, which, you know, in the summertime, we're definitely going to have to go back to this for Chrony in the summer. Alright, next shot. Let's see what we get. .259. Totally impressed with this gun. Wow. I didn't think it would be this loud. I was watching a YouTube channel. I can't even pronounce his name, but anyways, when he did his testing, one of the things he noticed was it was really loud. And he was the only one I ever noticed on all the videos that said that this thing was loud. And yeah, no kidding, it's got some serious cranky noise to it. 254. Impressive. I hope you guys are counting the shots, because I'm not. We're going to go until we're empty. I changed my mind. Besides, this tells us how good this 12 gram dual really is. .248. Wow, just amazing. Pellet guns don't get me this excited. Okay, maybe a little bit, but not this much. This is pretty cool. .242. We almost lost the arrow. Oh. Oh no. No. I can't. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta figure out how to get this arrow out without harming it. Okay, guys, that was insane, but I got the arrow out. Oh my goodness, that was in there. That was like, wow. I'd actually put the box on the ground and really hold tight on the fletches and just pull, and oh man. Alright, let's get back to some fun here. Okay, see if I aim a little higher to the box. Dual speed, 242. Outstanding. Okay. Shouldn't have that many shots left, but I want to go through all of them. But we are only going to do 3 on the 88 gram. .228. I think before I upload this video, I'll do a count and just put it in the text below. No problem, guys. But I gotta tell you, I am super impressed. The 12 gram single works really well. And this dual 12, yeah, it's got a new home because this thing doesn't work so well in my MCX rifle. It works better with the 88s. .209. Now, I don't want to chance Robin Hooding any arrows at this point, which is why I keep switching back. So, you know, I'll keep pulling them out. That's it. 181 was our last and final shot. It does bleed off gas, by the way, when the bottle's at a 10. Which is another reason, like I said, you have to pre-cock this gun first before you actually ignite the bottle. Otherwise, you're going to get some pissing out the barrel. Alright, so that's the end of that one. Wow, that was really awesome, guys. I'm really super impressed with that. Now we should have also gotten a really good pierce too on these bottles. We're going to just check that as well. Oh, that's awesome piercing. Even our 12 gram pierced really well too. Where's that one? Right here. The 12 gram gets pierced really good. Okay, so we are on to the 88 grammer. I tell you, man, I'm sold. Like this dual 12 gram adapter, you know, that is definitely worth it. Especially if you're not going to be taking a boatload of shots, because the manual is quite clear that you cannot leave CO2 stored in this thing on the long term, because it's not good for the seals. So they do recommend that, you know, if you're using 88 or 90 gram bottles, if you're not going to finish shooting off the bottle, you're going to be wasting some gas. So either shoot it all off or waste the bottle, because, yeah, better that than to harm your seals. Okay, I think that's it. So, we're going to take 3 shots. Gun on safe. Load our arrow. Now, I'm thinking the 88 might put out a little bit more horsepower, because we're dealing with a different amount of gas, so there may be a bit of a pressure difference, and that's what we're going to find out too. 225. That blew a lot of gas. Of course, the bottle is also really cold right now too. $219. Oh, we're actually getting less performance with the 90 grammer. But it could be because it's a really cold bottle right now too. Let me just pull those 2 arrows out of the box. $223. I'm wondering if that's reading some of the gas. I'm going to try moving the Chrony a little closer. See what happens there. I think the bottle is just way too cold, because it is cold out here today. Because that was our last bottle to try too, so. No, I don't think it's hard to say. Anyway, so there's our Chrony results. Definitely that bottle's got to be cold, because it felt cold when I started screwing it in. So that's got to be its problem. The other ones were like right fresh and warm when I put it in. So yeah, Chrony wise, it's got some pretty good horsepower. We got 260s, no problem. And that's pretty good and impressive. Let me feel this bottle. Yeah, that bottle's pretty cold, so that could be just what the problem is. So, but anyways, Chrony results are pretty good. It's definitely 260s in this temperature. It's only like not even like 8 degrees outside. It's pretty cold, which is really bad for CO2 gas. So you do get a lot of slowdown in this kind of weather. Like I said, we are going to revisit this, you know, in the spring, summertime when it's like 25, 30 degrees outside. We will definitely re-Chrony the gun at that point because I want to give it a more fairer shot. I was hoping the gun would have come in sooner, but we were waiting for them to come into stock at the store. They took a little bit longer than expected, which is fine. You know, it happens, you know, especially with everything going on in the world. And our temperatures are dropping. It's fall going into winter here, right? So this is good, though, as a realistic part of cold weather shooting, you know, because 8 degrees is like kind of, you know, and you could still small game hunt with this thing, even in these temperatures outside with CO2 gas, you know, because even 227 that we're getting out of this 90 grammer right now because it's a cold bottle. And we're getting 260s easy in the other ones. That's more than acceptable for this kind of weather too. You know, like those were warmer bottles, obviously, than the big 90 was by the time we got to it. That makes a huge difference on your FPS. You know, the colder that bottle gets before it's ignited, yes, it's definitely going to affect stuff. Yeah, so I'm impressed with the Chrony results. So hopefully tomorrow, which is going to be Thursday, is supposed to be warmer and sunny, apparently. So as long as it's not windy like this right now, which is pretty nasty, we will do the accuracy test, and then of course we will move on to the review video, which we will do the review indoors. We will recap Chrony, we will recap accuracy, talk to you about the gun, features. I've already done one upgrade to the gun already, and that's by putting on a set of M-LOK bipod to the gun. My next venture is actually getting a quiver for it that's going to hold at least 3 arrows. Anyhow, so let me know what you guys think. I'm definitely going for the simple fact that 90 gram is really flipping cold, and that is really not good for the pressure system, you know, but we did do exceedingly well with the other adapters. Now, this adapter, by the way, let me just zoom out the camera. I really want to, you know, talk a little bit about this 12 grammer. So, let's see if we can do this, and we'll just scoot over here. Okay, so this is the first adapter we tried, which is a 12 gram adapter. Now, you do have to like disassemble first. Screw this into the gun. You will get just enough room to actually get in there with a wrench, or in this case an adjustable wrench, on a bit of an angle to just snug it. It will stop, okay, like dead stop in its tracks as soon as it's all the way down. And so you just have to go until it dead stops. Don't reef on this thing, okay? It's a very bad idea. But you do have to do that. And then you put your bottle in here, of course. Now I found with this adapter, this is that one they call Best Fittings 12 gram CO2 adapter. This is from Airgun Source. The gun is from Airgun Source. This is from Airgun Source. Now this adapter I went for because, you know, it seemed a bit cheaper than, you know, going this way. But then I ended up going, actually I don't remember which one I bought first now anymore. Anyway, either way I got them all. This uses Umarex CO2 or Sig Sauer CO2. No problems. Do not use Crosman CO2 bottles in this adapter for 2 reasons. One, they get stuck inside the tube for some reason. I don't know why. But number 2, the little O-ring here, the lip that's on the Crosman bottles, although it looks really good and really well machined, it will actually catch on that O-ring and you could blow out your O-ring, where these other bottles, they don't have that kind of a lip. Okay, and this is a Umarex bottle. And I think, yeah, these are all Umarexes. Yeah, I got some SIGs in the house too. The other one is Swiss Arms, is another one that you can use. and works really well. And 12 grams, I mean 6 shots, hey, that's pretty good, you know, especially if you only want to shoot off 6 things. But we also got some really good speed out of this thing with the 6 shots. That was impressive. The 6th one, yes, it sucked, I agree. This one we got a lot more shots and still good and powerful shots. Very impressive. I think this adapter is going to have a permanent home with this gun. 88 gram and 90 gram bottles are about $21 to $23 in Canada for a pack of 2, depending where you buy them. The other problem is, with everything going on in the world right now, good luck finding some. I had a really tough time getting 2 extra bottles, and I did find some. I had to drive all the way to Sturgeon Falls, which is over an hour drive from where I live out here in Powassan, and it was like they had 1 in stock, so it's like, call ahead. Yeah, I want. Yeah, just add it to your cart, prepay, and yep, you just pick it up in the store. Good, it's mine, done. Because otherwise I'd be driving to Sudbury, you know, another hour plus from there, right? And so yeah, it is hard to get 88, 90 gram bottles right now. But if you have one of these adapters, or one of these, or both, right? For the cost of CO2 gas to run these things, it is definitely more economical in the long run, for sure, if you can run these in your gun and you get good speeds. I did not get the best speed running out of this on my MCX rifle, but on this gun, and this is said that it's designed to run for it, this thing did exceedingly well. I'm very happy with that. So that's a big thumbs up. So I'm glad I bought these, and I'm glad I got a chance to test all 3 different ones with you guys. But I do agree, and many of you will too, at 8 degrees outside, it's cold out, it's cold here, my door is open too, which I mean, I can't retain heat in here anyway, without a heating system. But, you know, we got lower numbers with the 90, which is fine, but it is a cold bottle. And the colder these things get just sitting, gas stays in a liquid form more than a vapor form, so you're definitely going to have a lot less pressure that way. But even at 8 degrees, for even the speeds we're getting out of the 90, you can still do small game hunting, still have a lot of fun with target practice too, even with those numbers. Now, we've been sitting here letting this thing cool down, so another thing too is, you know, we didn't leave a ton of time between switching bottles. Let's see if we get any higher number. So I'm going to run a 4th shot, and then we are out of here. And don't forget, stay tuned for the accuracy testing video, because that's going to be fun. Alright, so let's load up an arrow first. So our last shot was 227 with the 90. Alright, let's see what we got here. .234. So yes, the valve was a little cold, so that's a number that's gone up. 234. So we're going to see more and more of an increase as that bottle gets warmer. So before we actually go, what I'm going to do is one more thing. I'm going to go take the gun in the house, let it warm up, come out here, fire it up, and see if our numbers go up any higher with a warmer bottle. Instant for you. Okay guys, we warmed her up. Let's see if it's warm enough, and we're going to take a shot and see what kind of speed we got now. .245. Alright, so definitely confirmed that bottle was pretty cold. So we're definitely going to see 260s for sure if the bottle's not too cold at the time. But it is going to drop a bit. That's fine. So that's pretty good. 245. That's awesome. The bottle was fairly warm. I let it go for about roughly 10 minutes just in the house and, you know, room temperature kind of thing. And that came up quite a bit. So that's good. Let's give it one more shot. Now, the longer you take between shots, of course, everything gets to warm back up inside. Either way, let's go again. Dual, 245. Okay, that's good. It's staying a little stable for now. And man, these arrows can never get sunk in. So, that I think concludes this video as far as Chrony testing goes. I am more than confident that this gun is definitely going to be pushing 300 plus in the summertime. You know, And like I said, it's really cold outside. So that's respectable considering how cold it is outside for sure. I'm going to try and see if I can do some winter shooting videos for you guys outdoors. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but I'm going to try and see what I can come up with anyways. That's kind of fun and interesting at the same time. But I'm glad I got a chance to get the Chrony testing done today. The weather is just, in the forecast, it's not looking so good for the next while, but tomorrow is supposed to be a better day even though it's cloudy. I do have the opportunity on Sunday, if tomorrow doesn't work out. This Sunday is supposed to be very sunny and 14 degrees. So that might be a better day because it's sunny and it's 14 degrees. It'll be warmer outside for shooting, but I also got to check wind speeds too, because I also don't want arrows going where they shouldn't be, because arrows are affected by wind just as easily as pellets can be. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of the results. Look in the video description below for the actual shot count of the dual 12 grammer, or just count them as I shoot them as you've watched the video, which I know this is coming right after all that, so you know, whatever. It is what it is. But stay tuned for the accuracy shooting video. We're going to get that done for you guys, and then we'll wrap it up with a full review on this gun. But I got to tell you right now, I am really impressed with this thing. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. See ya.